It's the Sean Widmer Podcast. It's a journal by someone that just really doesn't like to write.
I'm still sweating. I don't know why I hit record. Am I glistening on those? For those watching YouTube, also watching YouTube. For those watching YouTube or watching the video on Spotify, am I glistening? I feel like I'm dripping sweat still. It's not good. I just got off. This is the problem. I didn't just get off the Peloton. I got off the Peloton a while ago. Took a shower, ice cold shower. Then walked around the basement, butt naked. Okay, trying to cool off. Put on these clothes, and this shirt is just dripping sweat already, stuck to my body. It's not good. I feel like recovery from sweat should happen faster. I don't know what's going on there, but I apologize if I just perspirate. This entire video. This is a workout video today. All right, that's what this is. Thank you for tuning in to Sean Widmer Podcast. Do I like a food? Do I not like a food? We need to get into that. Do you like this food? I don't know. I've got into a text messages while I'm recording. I got into a situation with my daughter. I've really worked myself into a conundrum. We're going to get into that because it's a bad one. And it led to my son just straight up taunting me. So we're going to talk about that. Big day for my daughter coming up. We'll talk about that. But we're going to kick off with a couple comments because I wanted to just let you ride the roller coaster with me. And you can see let's just ride the comment roller coaster together. I wanted a message that Roberta sent that I thought was very nice over on YouTube. She said, popcorn. The meal of champions. This is in regards to last episode about the 5K. Popcorn, the meal of champions. Congrats on living through the run. As someone who is rapidly losing the ability to walk, I envy running of any type. Good post-run hydration going on, if that is water in the glass. It was not vodka. It was water in the glass. You can always keep going. And making fun of people has paid off in some cases. Rodney Dangerfield, Don Rickles. Someday could be Sean Widmer. And then she sent me a little note also that said, it was a video. We're going to talk about my daughter's big day tomorrow. We'll see if it's a big day or not. But my Roberta said, for the newbie to big school parents, and sent me a video about kids going back to school and some parenting suggestions. And it was a good video. So, there's a comment from last episode. Thank you. That was over on YouTube. Over on Sean'sLife.com, there was 2 comments. We never get comments over there anymore. Sean'sLife.com. There's a comment box on the website. And we had 2, one from Ron, one from Simon. Ron I'm familiar with, Simon I'm not. And Ron said this, so sorry about Jovi Sue. I've been listening to the podcast since you and Anna were dating, so I always enjoyed hearing about Jovi over the years. Ron, she used to be the junior producer of the podcast. That's how we always introed her when she'd be sitting behind us in the couch on the old podcast setup. We had to put down our dog Suki this time last year. She almost made it to 16, and she was the greatest dog ever. It's not easy. Sending my thoughts to Anna as well. Ron, longtime listener of the podcast, someone who I see your name from time to time. I hear it, and there's so many people I'm like, do you still listen to the podcast at all? Right? I mentioned my man, Michael Budig. I don't think he does anymore. I don't think B Rose listens anymore. There was someone else. I know I talked to my guy, Sam, at work. He was like, I don't listen anymore. Just losing, it's just, we're losing the old listeners. I don't know who listens anymore, but there's a lot of people that don't, but Ron does. So Ron, thank you. And thank you for the kind words. It sucks. The Jovi thing still sucks. It's going to suck for a while. My daughter really wants a new dog. That would also suck. So let's just stay sad about the dog we don't have anymore. And let's not get sad about making a decision to get a new dog because I'm not ready for that. Simon said this as we ride this roller coaster of comments about the last episode. Man, you're long-winded. That's it. That was the entire comment. So It's 15 minutes, man. It's a 15-minute podcast. We stick to it. We stick to the script. We keep it. Some 15 minutes feel like 40. Some feel like 10. But I can tell you it's a 15-minute podcast. It's your favorite 15-minute podcast dating back to 2005. We've been doing 15-minute podcasts now for 20 years. Holy cow, wait. I have the date where I need to go. I'm looking right now. Like I just can pull up, like I can grab one of these hard drives that's right here and just magically look into it with my mind and pull out the date. I've got to remember which of these hard drives has my original podcasts from 2005 on it, because one of them has the date. The very first episode that I uploaded to Apple Podcasts has the date on it. And I want to say it's September. It's either late August or early September of 2005. 20-year birthday coming up for the podcast. Long-winded my rear, man. Tomorrow's kindergarten. Could I use it? Probably. But my daughter starts kindergarten tomorrow. It's a big deal, apparently. I missed this one. I went to kindergarten. I was in Costa Rica when I went to kindergarten, and I don't remember hardly any of it. Okay? So my first real school memory is first grade. Donna Walker, Miss Walker. She's no longer with us. Why would I bring that up? That's a weird thing to say. She's no longer with us. Not in a great. I think she. What am I doing? Speculating. I think she had cancer. Speculating. And it's very sad. And I'm just throwing it out there. But that's Miss Walker. Miss Walker was like one of my favorite teachers ever. I do remember first grade stuff. I really remember second grade stuff. So as my daughter was getting ready for kindergarten, I just wasn't getting hype on it because it's like, I don't remember it. And I'm not like, yeah, it's, it's school and stuff, but like my daughter's not going to remember this one. So I'm not as worried. But then as it got closer, I realized how excited my wife was for it. And so then I started getting excited, and my wife just crushes it. Absolutely crushes it. Mom of the Year stuff. I got home from Dungeons and Dragons Tuesday night. I got home and walked into our house to a magical world of hype for Olivia. There are banners hanging up all over the place, balloons at the table, the backpacks laid out by the chimney with care. It is awesome in our living room right now. Like, Olivia is going to be so excited when she comes downstairs at the butt crack of dawn, because apparently they start kindergarten here not only 3 weeks earlier than anyone should start school, but they also started at an ungodly hour of like 3 a.m. So, so far they haven't won me over on kindergarten. Started in the middle of summer, started in the middle of the morning, and preached something to me that I don't even remember. It's like, I just remember being in Costa Rica and walking into a class. I think we sang a song one time, and then I did that for a year, and I just remember singing the song one time, and it might actually be a dream. So I remember first grade. Anyways, kindergarten tomorrow, big day. My wife crushed it. My daughter's going to be so excited tomorrow, and that makes me excited. That makes me happy. And there's that for you. Why am I in a pickle, though? Why am I in a pickle? Well, let me tell you. Let me tell you a little parenting pickle I have squeezed myself into. My daughter is my baby girl, and I love her to death. I love her. I love her so much that I care so much about her that I'm hyped on kindergarten. I just dunk and dump on kindergarten. I love my daughter so much that instead of being excited for her to go to school, I'm going to crap all over it. Just a great display of love and affection. I do love my daughter tons. She's my baby. She's my firstborn. She's my girl. And she's everything. And I set a precedent very long time ago, because I'm a cuddler and a sucker for it. My daughter loves cuddling at nighttime. My wife does not. I don't think that's just me. It's an all family thing. I'm hoping there's no one else she actually likes cuddling with, because no one in this house she likes to cuddle with. So it doesn't matter if it's our sweet little baby boy, Woods, who is stiff as a board all the time and will punch you in the face if you try to cuddle him. It doesn't matter if it's him, Woods, or him, Huck, Olivia. I know my kids' names. or me. My wife does not want anyone cuddling her or getting close to her. So what that means is if there's middle of the night, a kid tries to come into the bedroom and get in bed, it's like, no chance, Lance, get back to your bed. Okay? Well, I'm on the other side. I like being smothered. So I love it when Olivia wants someone to lay down with, and maybe she wants to sneak into bed and she wants to snuggle up. I'm like, bring it on, girl. Get as close as you want to me. I'm going to sleep like a rock that way. And I love it. Well, what this led to, and I'm going to give my wife some credit here, was me being like, well, you know what I'm going to do? If she can't come into our room to sleep, I'm going into her room. I'm going to go sleep in her room because she's only little for so long. And there's going to be a day where she doesn't want anything to do with me at all. So right now, while she still likes me, I'm going to cuddle up, and she wants to hold your hand in bed at night. I'm going to hold her little hand, and I'm going to sleep like a baby in that room. And maybe she'll cuddle over and nestle up against me and drop her head on my shoulder, and it's just the best. And my wife said, you're creating a monster because nobody wants to see Marshall no more. And so I was, and I didn't want to admit it. And now we've hit a point where it's like, okay, this has been going on for 2 years. We need to rip the Band-Aid. She needs to be able to sleep in her bed by herself. And where this is starting to affect us is laying down at night, getting her to go to sleep when I need her to go to bed because I got stuff to do. Like Monday night, I got basketball. And I need her to lay down and go to sleep because I need to get the heck out of the house and make it to basketball on time. And she starts to panic. Why are you getting up? Don't you sleep in my bed? Aren't you got to sleep in here? And then she panics, can't get out of the panic, and now she's it's just a nightmare. We've again created the monster. I did, and so this is problematic. And so now the problem I have is I'm trying to figure out how to right the ship. Well, part of this problem is that my wife, if she wakes up at nighttime, she will not go back to sleep. Impossible. She is now up, and she'll be up for hours. I am somebody who, if you wake me up in the middle of the night, I will look at you, I'll say, oh, God, good story, or whatever you're waking me up for, and then I will fall right back asleep immediately. It will take me no time at all. I will just pass right back out. No big deal. Well, that's not my wife. So if my daughter expects me to be in her bed and I've now worked into my bed, she will come in at midnight some nights and be like, why aren't you in my bed? And then she'll wake everyone up, and then I will fall immediately back to sleep, and my wife will be up for 2 hours hearing me snore, and that's not good. So she's like, look, if she comes into our bedroom and wakes me up, I'm mad that she woke me up. Now I'm mad at you, and you've got to go put her back to bed, and the only way she's going to go to sleep is if you're in her bed, and now everyone's lost again, and it stinks. So what I'm having to do right now, and this is my attempt to fix it, and we'll see if this works, but it's a pickle. I've played my way out of all beds in the house, okay? Because I have to be positioned, if I'm not going to sleep in Olivia's room, and while I try to wean her off of me, expecting me to be there, and her understanding with confidence she can sleep through the night without having to have dad in there, I can't let her go from her room into our bedroom to wake up my wife. So I have to find a place to sleep that can intercept her walking out of her room into my wife in my bedroom. So what does that mean? Well, in between her room and our room is a playroom. And I have now decided that maybe I can just sleep on this nugget, which if you know what a nugget is, you know where my life is now, and you can send your prayers this way. But it's just you can Google it, nugget kids mattress. I don't know what you type in nugget. I bet you if you type in nugget kid mattress, it's going to come up. And it's these little mats that you can like fold, and you can make forts out of them, but they look like maybe big couch cushions that are stuck together. And so I now go up at night as a 43-year-old man who has dug myself this grave, trying to get my daughter to understand she doesn't need to come into our room in the middle of the night, and she can sleep with confidence and not be worried. I'm now laying this nugget down outside of her door and in this playroom between the kids' room and our room, and I'm sleeping as a grown man on a nugget with a blanket and a pillow. Like I've broken into the house and I'm living there illegally. It's what I'm doing. So, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Not a poacher. What do you call those people who like live in the Rid Path in downtown Spokane? What do you call someone who? This is bad. What? It's never too. It's you got. Sometimes you just gotta learn. Sometimes you gotta learn words that you should know. What do you call? I'm gonna think of it here in a second. Someone that lives in a house that's not theirs. That's not a good thing. Squatter. You probably knew it first. Congratulations, you're smarter than me. Tell someone you know. Tell someone you know to listen to the podcast. And the reasoning is I'm smarter than him. So that's kind of cool. You're smarter than a big-time 20-year podcast veteran. Okay, what's the mood tonight? I don't know. So I'm sleeping on this thing, and of course, you know, my daughter hasn't woke up since I've started this plan. The second I decide that I've defeated the monster I've created, I'm going to go back into my bed, and I know that night Olivia is waking up, walking in, waking everyone up, and I'm back to square one. But today, I'm laying on this nugget, just trying to figure out how to be comfortable, and I hear the pitter-patter of feet, but they're not Olivia's, they're Huck's. And he wakes up, and this is how it goes. My 3-year-old. He walks out. He sees his father squatting in the playroom. And all I hear is this. And then a little chuckle. Dad, you're sleeping on the nugget? And then he just walks off, walks downstairs, and I hear him go, come on down to play Rainbow Road, which is this Mario Hot Wheels kart that he just runs the same 3 Hot Wheels cars down for the first 30 minutes of his day every day. Dad, you're sleeping on the nugget? And then just walks right by. Just mockery. Making a mockery of his father to his face. I got to figure out how to get through this. I don't know if you've had to deal with this stuff, and maybe you were the idiot like me who decided that they would just make this cool move of being a cool dad to sleep in the same bed as your kid, and then realize that at some point you have to rip the Band-Aid off, and that's not an easy Band-Aid to rip off. What'd you do? Did you just move? Because I'm considering it.
Kelly's, what are you into?
Hardly loud. I'm going to have to edit that in post. What am I into? Is it Mediterranean food? I don't know. That's what we need to talk about right now. I don't know if I like Mediterranean food or not. I either like it or just really don't. But I think I figured out that I do like it. I've gone back and forth on this. Actually, I've been out on it forever, and then I've started to weasel my way in. When my wife and I started dating, there was a Mediterranean spot she loved in LA when she lived in LA. She wanted me to go there really bad. She wanted me to get falafels. She's like, these are the best falafels in LA. And I tried one, and I was like, these suck. Just these are stinky doody doo. I don't like these. And so I had tried falafels for many years in LA, or we were in Washington. My wife loves them, so I would try them because I thought maybe eventually they'll click. They never have. I don't like them. And so that's always meant that I don't like falafels. I also don't like gyros. And so those are Mediterranean. I don't like them. I don't like them. And those two things have made it so that I've always said I don't like Mediterranean food. Well, today at work, we did a goodbye for a guy who is leaving the country to become a missionary in Paraguay. Great dude. Andres. Best dude. Can you Google Andre? Let me see something real quick. If you just, Andres, let me see if I Google search. Yeah, no. I was just going to see if there's like a learn about I just thought there would maybe be a picture of them as angels. Andres Donahue, going to go become a missionary in South America. And just the coolest dude. Anyways, we went for a little like send off because he used to work with us, and now he's off to the South American world that I love so much. And he loved this Mr. Kebab place here in town, so we went there, and I got shawarma, I think is what it's called, and it's like chicken and lamb and rice and magic, and it was so freaking good. And I was like, wait, do I love Mediterranean food? Because I think I do. But I was like, I can't I mean, one item. I've tried 3 items now, and I've only like one. But then I'm thinking about this in other ways. I will always say I love a Chinese restaurant. Always. I get the same thing. I'll get sweet and sour pork or sweet and sour chicken. There's this extensive menu. A lot of things I don't really like on a Chinese menu, Chinese food menu. But I love the things that I love. I love Kung Pao chicken. I love sweet and sour pork, sweet and sour chicken. And I'm like, well, percentage-wise, I probably like about 40 to 50% of that menu. Right now, I'm at 33% of the Mediterranean food menu. And I love Chinese food. If you ever ask me to go to a Chinese restaurant with you, I'm in. I will say yes every time, every single time. So I think I got to go with percentages. I think I like Mediterranean food. Is it just one menu item that I like so far? Yeah. But I might have just started with 2 that are staples that just don't work for me. That was easy. Okay, I gotta go because I think my brain is broken. You're listening. If you're still here, you're listening. I do like that when people say, if you're still listening. Well, yeah, the only people who hear that are okay. Anyways, Yvonne said this. Let's read 2 more comments. These were just normal comments. You're so long-winded. It's 15 minutes. It's a 15-minute podcast. Look at wherever you're watching this podcast right now. YouTube, Spotify, Apple, whatever. Off of my website, seanslife.com, where you can comment with Simon. Look at the timestamp right now. We are approaching 15 minutes. It's basic math. Sometimes it feels like it's 22 minutes. Sometimes it feels like it's 5. That might be on you. Yvonne said this over on Spotify. Running shoes are much more than $60. Can be up to $300. $60 is very low end. My great nephew Devin, Zoe's brother, plays Dungeons and Dragons. He runs the game. I don't get the game, but glad others do. Yvonne, thank you for appreciating the love that those of us in the nerd world have for it. And also, thank you for saying that some of them are $300 because I'm just looking at $150 to buy 3 books in this board game set. All right? That's half price. I'm saving $150 by not buying running shoes and getting these books. This is basic math. 50% off. Who doesn't want a sale? 50% off. Spokane Ian says this. I need to open up the whole message there. I only had part of it. $60 for running shoes is on the low end, like entry-level low end. Okay. I'm going to back out of the comment real quick. I can't, low end, I was running 10-minute miles, baby. I mean, if that doesn't scream high-end running shoes, I ran a 30-minute or 10-minute mile, and I ran for the first time since 2019. If that doesn't scream high-end running shoes, I don't know what does. Start that comment over again. $60 for running shoes is on the low end, like entry-level low end. I think Super Monday Night I think Super Monday Night Combat would have better gameplay clips, more classes to choose from, the MCs were more polished, and they had mascots, fake ads, and more. I've got to check this out. Ian, send me a link. If you see it on YouTube, if you got a YouTube clip, send me a link. Please, por favor. For those of you who can translate and then send the translation to Ian. He said, with Monday Night Football style graphics and replays. This is for this Monday Night Combat. Ian, I know I could find a YouTube clip right now. I could just type it in. But what I would appreciate is if you found this, right? If you found the clip that works like what you're describing, send me that one. So I'm not watching some and then I'm commenting on it. You're like, dude, that was a bad clip. Like, get a good one. All right, there it is. 15 minutes in the book, Simon. Put it on the board. Yes.